Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're on Gamefound looking at Blood. Now, this is another boss battler. Man, they're in vogue at the minute, isn't it? Something to do with Primal, maybe, that set this off? Banging. Well, Primal is in the Premier League of games. I actually had a comment recently saying that Primal was poo-poo, and does he have the game? I can't remember. I did reply to him, but he's not replied back, as is the case with some commenters that just come on the channel to comment. But this is a boss battler where you're fighting the bosses that are supposedly all vampires. So this is going to be interesting. Ludus Magnus Studio, famous for Black Rose Wars and some of the other stuff. That's the most famous one, as for me at least, anyway. So vampire champions are in Dracula's castle, and they have this beautiful two-phase miniatures that you can see here. You've got the plastic and you've got the beautiful resin of this red. It looks very, very cool. Offers interesting mechanics as well, and day-night mechanic where you're fighting them in the night, and during the day you're crafting and making stuff. So yeah, very, very cool. Now, as with all Ludus Magnus Studio, they like to throw a large box of goodies on their pledge, and it's a whopping €299. Wowzer. So let's see, core box. You know, it's sad they've not put what's in the core box here, because this is a great way of looking quickly at the pledge. I'm guessing everything is bare thin. But core box stretch goals, Nosferatu. This has recently been unlocked. They could have got more information because they're trying to leave, throw you in the pledge thingy of the comments, updates, and sections for this. But that's very poor button that they've put for their shop details, isn't it? Dark Prince. Who's that? Is that dark? You can't see them. No, it says a third new boss, new game mode, and a fifth player. Talking of game modes, there's like you can do it a light roguelite, it says. There is a campaign, and there's one-off battles that you can do, which is all good for me. So yeah, there is deck building. There's a little bit of dice rolling too. Cooperative, of course. Fully asymmetric. Campaign. Horror. Fantasy. Yes. This one I'm actually interested in. I love this box. Reminds me of the Vampire the Masquerade, which is also black and red, so it's a good nod to the vampire genre. And I think from all Ludus Magnus Studios board games, I think this one has tickled me more than any of them all. I really did like Black Rose Wars Rebirth. It was on my short list of not backed but potentially backing if there's some quiet months, and I never got around to backing Black Rose Wars, but this one looks so nice. Actually, I really do like it. Now, you will control a group of unusual monster hunters. Oh man, the character design is really, really cool. I love it. It does say their own customizable set of cards as well. It says it uses innovative dice card system. They have this kind of strange river system, which they're calling, is it the chain or the something? We'll find it as we go down the page. But you're basically putting combat cards down, and the enemy's reacting and using the energy, and it's interesting. Now they say that they're calling it a bit of a raid, so there is going to be some ads to knock down as well. Each boss comes in their own little area as well, so they've each got their own stage, and they've got their own setup with the furniture placed around. The boss might react with certain stuff as well. Now, if you look at a player board here, we've got this kind of scarecrow guy. There's kind of a lot going on here. The cards that he may have crafted, you can see there is some art, but it's kind of light. It's a small section of the boards. And they've got like cards around. So it's quite a nice spread of player abilities. Here we can see lots of minis, a few of the bosses, some of the smaller minions like the zombies and whatnot. We'll see them as we go down. And we can see your player characters here, and if I've got anything to complain about, it's that the miniatures of the characters is so small. It really is. I would have liked them to be a little bit bigger. Because at the end of the day, they don't need to be representative of scale, do they? I mean, how are these vampire lords so tall? Anyway. I guess they look more menacing, don't they, when they're so tall? I really like the fat, chubby lady. She looks really nice. I like the lady that looks a little bit like, what's the DC character called? Harley Quinn. That one looks like her. We've got this kind of scarecrow guy, and this guy up here looks like he's the carnival master at a circus or something. Take a drink. But yeah, the minis do look absolutely great, and the use of this kind of vinyl plastic, I don't know what they're calling it, looks epic. And you can take this off and paint them, and unlike the other stuff we've been looking at that just have black and white art, they do have interesting art here to paint them up. Interesting, they're offering this essential edition at €65. This isn't too shabby, but when you compare it to the actual mini, I mean, oh my god, it looks unbelievable. Especially with the secondary material, the blood on it looks fantastic. It does say though that this premium edition is ambitious, very rich release, so they're not probably going to be able to release it, but normally with Ludus Magnus it'll come back round on Kickstarter or Gamefound, you know, in the future, especially if it has a bit of a splash. So this is the big pledge. Let's see what it includes. Crimson Carnival 209, Endless Night is 299. Looks like it comes with card holders, yeah. On the video, it did suggest sleeving cards. There's even a pair of socks with this big pledge, and it looks like maybe a playmat? Question mark? Alright, so here we go. Gamefound exclusive. This is Nosferatu, which is a good tie-in because the Nosferatu movie is coming out in December, isn't it? It's coming out on is it Christmas Day? It's like a really strange release. Vampire Lord movie on Jesus' birthday. I guess it's rememberable. But yeah, really cool mini. If I was going to actually do this, I wouldn't go black, because if you look at this picture on the standee, it looks almost like a thunder blue, which is a shade lighter than navy, but on the blue-purple edge. That looks nice for me. And yeah, I really like it. And yeah, why would you not want to fight Nosferatu? Alright, so they're saying, why would you back this now? It's certainly exclusive stuff here. It says get twice as much money for the same money. In fact, if you go for the Endless Night here, you're only saving €66. Stretch goals are going to push it, so the this 299 up here will become more value proposition will get better. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course you can stretch pay. I've got one criticism with Ludus Magnus Studios in total though. It's the fact that the shipping is expensive. So we'll see if that's changed when we go down. And that warrants like late pledging when everything is up front and you can see everything is like fully transparent with costs, because at the minute it's a little bit with most companies it's a little bit of a guesswork. And if you're living in a country like Mexico, or you're an expat in any other country, you know shipping is a stinger, and you're better off just late pledging these stuff. Economic stretch goals. Don't you just mean money stretch goals? Because if you say economic stretch goals, it sounds like you're doing it within budget, doesn't it? Like, we're not going to be doing anything too ambitious here where we're going to be asking for more money. Alright, so Iger here. Here's our first mini. He's not looking like a vampire, is he? In fact, with those big claws and feet, is this some kind of... It looks like a Frankenstein's monster. Like, it looks like he's been sewed together, so I don't know what his story is. Imp, these looking like ads that you've got to take out. Assassins. Again, there's this aspect of you've got to deal with trash mob before you get to the boss. I don't know why the feeling like they need to do this. Can we not just get in there and fight the boss? Jerome. I do like the fact that these ads have their own name though, because they become themselves a mini character, mini boss, which is interesting. Now, advanced tactic cards here. These looks like crafted material, because if you look at the name, they do have some component lists of stuff you need to possibly make this. So, yeah, event cards. These are the 4 areas. So catacombs, graveyard, garden, and halls. Another, it looks like ad from the trash mob, but an individual character. I don't think that these are bosses. An event deck is there. Grace's more ads. These look really nice. Weaknesses of Nemesis. These are the bosses. Weaknesses. And you can attack the bosses from different sides of the miniature. The actual boss miniature has, as we'll see, a boss that they have notches on the base to represent the different sides of the boss. There is a scenario pack, so I'm assuming that these cardboard miniatures here for furniture is getting done as plastic. We'll see when we go down. And more crafted parts, it looks here. So a hippo grass. And you can see there's quite a lot of iconography on here, and there's so much space they could have written stuff, so it's a little bit weird. Because why use iconography on card A example, and then card B example, it's in English? Because isn't the iconography supposed to be used if you've got multiple languages? But if you're, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. Because you've got so much space on this card, you could have just wrote it out. Now then, the advanced tactic cards, are these specifically with the bosses? So they get some more tactics, because the bosses are going to have their card. So here's the first Nemesis then that got unlocked. Mayura, it looks like some kind of demon. But I think if it's Vampire World, this has got to be a Lycan, isn't it? Some kind of werewolf, armoured werewolf with wings. This guy really is a boss then. So very cool. This 425 is locked. We've got no idea what that is. Have a guess what that is? I don't know. 2 Nemesis Bond equipment. What the heck is this? Bond. I'm guessing this is equipment that they're wearing. You might be able to knock stuff off them and stuff. I don't know. Because it says here on these greaves that he's wearing, you can flip this card. So potentially you can damage it. I don't know. Again, I'm more analysing here the campaign and seeing what's exciting for me and seeing if it's worth me doing further research, and I'll come back and do a final video when it's the end of the campaign, everything's been unlocked, and I can tell you the full story of my adventure. But as is, this is, I want to say second impression. I did come down here for a quick look, and then the Nosferatu thing came out, and that's when I came out to do a video. It's been a busy week. this week. Social Stretch goes, get a Board Game Geek if you've not been banned. Yeah. If I ever do merch for the channel, I'll have one that says, I got banned on BGG. They're going to be like crowdfunding achievements, and one of them's going to be banned from BGG. Alright, so not getting many fans on Board Game Geek, sadly. Oh, the boss content. These bloody taverns here. I mean, it makes it look like it is a carnival here, and at least this trolley, this cabin, what we're calling it, that thing, at least it's got dials on it. I think this is collecting stuff that you've got from the map. So maybe when you attack the ads, you are picking up stuff, and I think this is like tracking the crafted materials you're picking up, because I think that's very close to what's on the cards that you craft. Welcome to Vasil's Follies. Trooper components. Like it's the wordology they're using. This is the playable characters. Okay, so you get the card, you get 12 tactic cards and some item cards to use. So it is interesting how you've got the unique decks and things like that, and you could definitely craft more items during the game. But a beautiful mini. Ludus Magnus do a fantastic job with miniatures. I do love what they do. You can they're even highlighting specific details here. Anka, the juggler, she looks fantastic, doesn't she? She looks like she's some kind of mixologist with not demonologist, what's it called? Demolitionist. Right. It looks like she's got some kind of mechanical claw, which is unique as well. But yeah, she definitely looks like something you'd want to paint up. Nikolai the Trickster. Yes, he looks like he's from the circus. But yeah, really nice details, like the feather in the hat, the jewel on the hat, the red ribbon round the hat. It's like a Moroccan hat, but it's black. Yeah, it's cool. Very, very cool. And it looks like there's like a blue gem in the top, so that'd be really fun to paint also. One thing that's missing from these, if I want to say something, is a second component, so to put some plastic on here. Not sure what that one would fit in, but for this lady here, for example, you could have added some plastic for the smoke coming out of the bottles. That would have been cool. And for the trickster here, he's got some smoke that could be coming out of his hand. That would look good as something as an add-on. Michaela here looks absolutely epic. I really love this outfit. Love the hair. Love the detail in the cards. Again, it's a miniature you'd want to paint. Great shoes. So yeah, character classes look fantastic. They've got, like I said, they've got their own deck and their own unique materials, and that they can craft stuff as well. Now it says that these are the 12 decks, aren't they? You can see that the deck comes in their own colours. Items come in their own colours. The wagon, the boards that you're just putting them on. It's strange here how you've got 4 generic boards that you're putting these cards on. It might suggest another hero gets unlocked if you're just putting them on here. That's my guess, is that, you know, these are your boards and you put them on, because if you've only got 4 heroes and 4 of these, why don't you just make these specifically coloured to the heroes? Because they've all got their own colours, purple, green, orange and blue. Why don't you do the cards the trooper board's like that. Well, that's because they've got a 5th character, maybe, that's coming out. There you go, lots of tokens. And we finally get to the vampires. Vlad Tepes the Third. He has reactions, back reactions. If you're attacking from the back, he reacts to that. Weaknesses. Looks absolutely fantastic. I love the wings. Like you might think it's just a graphic at the background, but that's his wings at the back. Just absolutely fabulous. And look at this great mini with the ribbon going around it. It just looks the bomb, doesn't it? It just looks majestic. You can just see the base of the mini here where it's pointing to the front of the character. This is what I mean. When you're playing a boss game, you want bosses to look incredible. And this guy looks the bomb. Oh my god, I can't wait to take this guy out. He's going to have his deck of his abilities. This is why it's so exciting. Excuse me. And a great view there from the back. All right. Now we've got Razan the Keeper, some kind of flying bat demon. Yeah, it looks super cool. Another one that you could paint up. I think you probably do his skin a little bit different because his skin is blending into the wings a bit, so you can really have some fun here with this guy painting him. But again, looks great. Rusilla, love the blood coming from the mouth. I originally thought she had like a red rose here, which would have been interesting, but what is she holding? Is it a bat? It's supposed to be a bat. Right, because if you paint this miniature, she does have, her legs are very prominent in the artwork. So she's probably wearing some kind of bikini under here or something, but she is almost like the queen of the subjects. They like to show a lot of flesh, but that's really interesting that she's doing that, and she is called the Sinner. She's trying to seduce people, so yeah, that's going to be an interesting paint to make sure her legs come out. But I love the fact that the coloration of the legs makes it look like she's undead. It is like bleached milk, but with a purpling, rotted skin kind of creepiness. I love it big time. All right, Alexandra the Red Mist. This guy, what is this? It almost looks like it's some kind of a summon elemental thing that you're firing that's just been armored up. Alexandru, what the hell happened to you? Now it does have some flavor text, and all we've got here is some it looks like some writing that is just put in there as a placeholder, because all the other cards are in English, and here we've just got this Inducia Simquatam Indoctriana. Like, is it in Italian? Raziel, which looks like he's on the way of getting a skull on his face. So a very rotted guy. Again, this beautiful skin that you're going to be seeing on the character. And I really like the fact that you're showing a lot of skin, because it kind of shows you vulnerability with these bosses. And it kind of brings this unequaled danger and power that they have if they can be so bare. But yeah, it looks like a real kind of horrible leg that it has. And the miniature really sells the boss way more than the standee here. Love the weapon. Again, it has this ribbon going round, which looks the bomb. And I love all this detail. I've not really spoke about this, but you can see the art is stylized, which I'm not too bad about. As long as we have a picture of the enemy doing the attack, we see double strike here, we can see Raziel doing that. So that's what I mean. The artists really need to get into the the cards. And again, this is one of the reasons why this game is really exciting. So yeah, the Weaver, an arachnid vampire. Wow, what the hell happened to you? Has this epic hair that sweeps down behind him. Great. Looks like he's got another spear. Swords at the front. Hands have become disturbed. It looks from these front ones, as is definitely weird as hell. Love the base. Has this glow in the back of the spider. We can just kind of see it here. This is going to have one heck of a table presence. So Pajan is this? Now it says the Lance of Longinus, and in this picture the lance, where is it? Because in this picture he doesn't look like a spider, and the lance. Like, we understand it's the lance, this big weapon here, but where's the art on that card of the lance? I'm just not seeing it, so maybe that art there needs fixing. But you can see like the rotten skin on his face where the teeth are starting to come out. It's really creepy ass mini. That's why they're going to be fun to fight. Now, as a group of ads, a lot of them, like I said, we've found out already, have a name. So these are kind of the generic ones. We've got the Executed, the Brides, of course, fabulous. And of course, if you're going to paint these, you'll probably do a black-haired, blonde-haired, red-haired one. You just change them and change their outfits a little bit. You have a bit of fun painting these three ladies. And I don't know why in the standees they haven't changed them into three different ladies, because not all your vampire brides are going to look the same. Come on. Wardens, these are obviously the undead that have come out. Yeah. Thralls, which are just your zombie, aren't they? Spiders, because of course if you fight the spider boss you're going to be in his spider lair. Flocks of vampire bats. Bloodsuckers. I've got to distinguish that from a normal bat. These are vampire bats. They're definitely going to be biting. Right, so here's the track board. This is kind of one of its unique things. Some super cool custom dice. You are going to be dice chucking, of course. And it is going to come with sleeves. They really want you to sleeve up these cards, and it's going to be a way of saving the deck during games, is to put your sleeve cards in something, maybe, to kind of save the campaign very quickly. And I think this is what I would love to see from most games. I don't know if this is coming in the standard box where you get your 84 sleeves, but I think it's really good. Right, so they've got 4 locations. It says 38 double-sided tiles. Right, because the Ludus Magnus tile art is beautiful. You can see the details when we come down here. So yeah, the catacomb. 19 different arts here. 19 different arts in the garden. Beautiful. 19 different arts in the graveyard. And in the halls, which looks like the, I don't know, a nod to Black Rose Wars, this one, I think. Kind of looks the same kind of tilation of some of the rooms in that game. So yeah, they've got furniture for each of these. So graveyard, catacombs, garden. In fact, that next stretch goal was the shape of this garden furniture, wasn't it? So it might have something to do with that. It's like some kind of spider eggs or something. And I really love the halls furniture. That looks so good. I love the organ. Right, stretch goals then. We got Otto. We know this already. Igor. Imps, they're looking good. Yeah. Assassins. There's Jerome. Exciting boss fights against vampires. Card and dice driven. Craft cards to make different builds. Boss has their own location. And servants, it says, that make each fight unique. I wonder if they do summon some of these minions. That'd be very, very cool. Buy component miniatures. So story mode, most people want that, I guess, in these bosses. So if you kind of, you know, because if you're crafting through the whole story, you're going to have a lot of equipment when you fight the big boss. You can do single battles though, which is fine. And I don't know how the roguelite works, and I'm not a fan of roguelite because it does suggest you're going to be dying all the time. So that suggests it's going to be difficult. Now, it says the story mode is recommended for people who like surprises, want to delve into the background of the world of Nova Ateus Chronicles. A 6-quest campaign will lead you through raids on the castle and face the wrath of Vlad. Well, if there's a 6-quest campaign, aren't these bosses that you're unlocking, especially Nosferatu, does that not give you side quests to the campaign? Yeah, it says a roguelite inspired by video games. That kind of is random generation, and I wouldn't want to try that out. But single mode, you can just try out any boss. I don't know how that's going to play out, because in the campaign you are going to be crafting materials, and you're going to be having stronger. You are going to. So I'm wondering if they've got rules where you can bring in certain items for these. I probably have, haven't they? But yeah, they've got really interesting stuff. Do you know what we've not seen? Is the scenario pack. I don't know. More dailies are coming out. New quest. So yeah, the stuff that we'll find out, and there's 14 mega updates. Right, we'll have a look here. Art book. Have we got any more information on that? No, it's another terrible button. Remember, that inspires painters. Double-sided play mat. I'm a sucker for play mats. Absolutely. It's fairly big, isn't it? 130 centimeters. That's over a meter. It says the first side is white like marble, but stained with the blood of the heroes. And the second side is generic, although it has a game pattern. It doesn't have the outlined areas of the first, so you can use it to play with any game in your collection. Why would you? That's weird. Well, scenario pack. After listening to many of your requests and a brief consultation with the factory, we have decided to offer a box with all the scenic elements from the miniature version. Wonderful. We're committed to showing you as much as possible before the end of the campaign, and it will continue after its conclusion. That sounds great, doesn't it? So yeah, probably will come back and do a final video. Ooh, the only thing stopping me doing that is I'm going on holiday for a week. I'll keep people posted. If you go to the Kickstarter, my Kickstarter channel page, and go community, I do write stuff on there if I'm going away. So, But even before then, before my final thing comes out and I look at see everything that's been unlocked and I answer all the questions that I've not been able to answer on this video, I'm very, very excited for this, and it's definitely going to be something I'm going to be watching. And if the shipping is good, I'm probably 99% going to back this game. On Table have a video. I love this channel. She is the best at making games look the best on her videos. If you've got anything to recommend, it's them. Beastie Geeks, they're getting around, aren't they? They've got this, and they've got Explore It Volume 5. They've got a video on that as well, so they're doing great for coverage, Beastie Geeks. So yeah, we've got some really cool videos to check out. I've kind of gone off Board Game Company just because they are in-house, aren't they, with Gamefound, so they have to cover these videos. So you know, that's their job basically, and these two channels have been paid to cover this, but it's something that they love to cover. I don't know, maybe you do like a little bit of Board Game Co. But for me, it lost the little bit of independence when they signed up with that. Of course, it's Alex and Meg, is that her name? I'm really bad with names. And if you've got this cool video, it looks like from an Italian channel, but yeah. And On Table has done it in Polish, so yeah, as she's from Poland. All right, the art that might see in the book. Let's grab this going down. All right, so a team of 9 then, done a great job. Miniatures are, I mean, 40 for the minis. Could they not be a bit bigger? I'm guessing all the ads are going to be at 40, so, you know, maybe it won't be that bad. But why are the vampires so tall? Because if you look at this guy, maybe he's not standing up properly. If he stood up, maybe he would be a height, and I'm just whining oversized. But that's the render. That was done in resin. That was done in PvP. The kind of showing what it's going to probably look like. I don't know, any painters out there, if you've got this kind of red resin, you can paint it a little bit, can't you, to put some highlighting on it? Is there some kind of dirty, clear resin you can put on stuff to kind of darken it or highlight it? I've no idea with painting this stuff. But anyway, they're going to make it as good as they can, obviously. Did this guy just paint it? He just painted the resin. How do you paint it? All right, you have to cover it with Petafix or blue tack to cover the transparent bits before you start painting it. It's interesting, isn't it? All right, so they've got an interesting paint tutorial. All right, there's a bigger team. So 8 up there, and this team is probably going to have the back staff doing it, isn't it? No, they're all working on the game. Translation, logistics, marketing, social media, logistics. Past projects, of course. Black Rose Wars, Nevaeus Ateus Renaissance, which was a giant box of, it was like an adventure series, adventure game campaign. They're trying to keep everything within the whole world. They're trying to tie it all together. Dungeonology will look pretty good, but didn't hit very well. DEI, I remember covering that. Nevaeus Ateus Renaissance covered that. Chamber of Wonders, Breach, don't know about that. Renai, don't know about that. Jewel Lux, don't know about that. Haunted Lands, don't know about that. Trial of the Gods, don't know about that. And it looks like Requiem Downfall of Magic is in progress, so that'll be coming out soon. Was all this other stuff they're doing, is that coming for retail? Right, so this is what I'm talking about, rest of the world stuff. So if you go for that full pledge, it's 240. Where are they getting this from? That's like the shipping cost of Primal. It really is. So unless they can fix this, there's no way I can pledge it. Like, it's just, you'd be insane to pledge stuff, because that's almost the price of the game, right? And normally, if it comes like this, you might have to pay import tax as well. So it would be double the game. So we'll just have to see. I know shipping can get cheaper the more people back from the region as well. So there's lots of like factors, but that really needs to get fixed. And even if you're from the USA, you're paying 56. Maybe that if you're an American, you don't like high shipping costs, and that is very high, isn't it? They do have South America for 120 here, even though Mexico is North America. So if it is around the €100, maybe that is edible. Again, this is going to be something I'm going to have to late pledge and get more transparent on it. Just a FYI though, if there's ever a game where I don't pledge on it and I end up late pledging once I know the shipping, I always do a love letter video for it to tell people it's on late pledge and we know that we can see shipping, and I normally tell the story that is from the campaign all the way to final shipping price has been announced. So you get just, I'll round up all the updates and stuff like that. So if it does come to it, I'll do a love letter on this because I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. Ludus Magnus. Finally, you've done a game that is irresistible. Blood. A boss battler that I think will sit next to Primal beautifully. Because number one, you've got epic boss encounters. Number two, you've got card crafting. Love it. That's what Primal has. You've got card combat like Primal, but you've also got dice chucking, and you've got that weird river system that's going on. I like that the ads are all different to the monsters. Each monster has their own area with their own furniture and their own ads, it looks like. Looks super good. You've got sleeves in the box ready to go. You've also got a play mat, and you've got this mysterious pair of socks, which we didn't see on the whole page. We didn't see these card holders. Hang on, it does say socks here. These great socks are a fun gift for any backer. Look at those epic socks. I mean, are you going to be able to choose the size of these? What's going on here? Anything else we didn't see? Card holders. Ideal for cards with or without sleeves. Each pack contains 2 decks, and with 3 packs you'll be able to accommodate everything. So I love it that they're thinking about the setup on the table. Didn't think we saw anything like that. Did mention sleeves, but these look like they have the dedicated back. So the back of these sleeves are going to have the colour of your hero. I'm going to say hero. That's part of the quick save. So these are an add-on then to get custom art on them, right? What else is here? Scenario pack. Oh yeah, that's the miniature thingy, and you've not shown any pictures of that yet because you've only recently done that. What's the Grand Tour? Didn't mention this, did it? A brand new mechanic for the day part of the game with more villages to travel between, new crafting rules, and hundreds of new opportunities. So give me more information. Oh my god, there's such depth to this Gamefound site, and it's like we've spent so long on this video already and we've not even scratched the surface, but it looks so interesting, doesn't it? Who's Mirai? Vlad deploys his most powerful weapon, his favourite puppy. What the heck? Okay, so the kind of hiding stuff here. Dark Prince. That's the extra boss. It says a new game mode. Will it add to the campaign? That's going to be a question. And of course, Nosferatu. We know a little bit more about him on the updates. Well, there you go. 14 updates to go through, interestingly. A whopping 4,000 comments on it. 12 days to go. I'll certainly be keeping this as a favourite, and I'll be watching this every month at post-campaign anyway, because it's so incredible. This is one of my favourite Kickstarters of the year. I think it really is a boss battler that can stand up there against Primal, just because everything looks so incredible. And it's Ludus Magnus Studio that, for me, have incredible minis. They're fantastic with the card art and the the tile art. I think the artist needs to get on the special abilities of the heroes and the monsters though, and really put the drawing of the attack on it, because that will bring it right up there with Primal. We need to kind of see the attacks that are being displayed on the card, but it looks like they are going to do that. It does definitely look like that's their intention anyway, coming in here. When's it coming out though? What year is it coming out? I always find it hard. December 2005, so we've got another 18 months on this project. So wow, that's potentially 2025, isn't it? That is 2025. There's a bit of a typo there. That's potentially 2026. Wow, this might be the first thing you back that be penned for 2026. Well, I'm going to say, do we recommend it? 100% recommend it. But of course, watch more videos. And if you're worried about shipping, do what I do. Just bookmark it, because it will be 100%. Like, you get nothing for following it. There's no day one unlock, which I completely hate. I'm glad that Banger Studio are not doing anything like that. I think follow, does that keep you updated? So yeah, 13,000 and 2,000 that have backed it so far. I'm guessing 100% they worry about shipping. So yeah, I'll be giving a favourite. The only thing is, if I do go on holiday, and I have my holiday dates in, by the way, it's going to be a week today. I go on holiday for a week. That's 12 days. I'm going to miss it, isn't it? 7 days. Yeah, maybe maybe I'll do a video next Friday rounding up all the games that I would have done a final video for. That might be wise to do that, because I'll at least have some videos for when I'm away. And I definitely like this campaign leaves so many questions, so I'll have to do a follow-up, peeps, and tell you of the journey and all the research that I'm doing, and I'll certainly be doing one of them for Hexplore It Volume 5 as well, which these are the two epic Gamefound campaigns at the minute. And I'll tell you now, peeps, what is happening to Kickstarter. Most of the good stuff now is on Gamefound, isn't it? But if there's one thing I've got to say about Gamefound is, you know they're going to go late pledge. There's no need to back now. And just wait for that transparency. The follow there will give you email updates. It's best of both worlds. There's no risk, and you can keep following it through its campaign. But oh my god, what an incredible campaign you've done here, Ludus Magnus Studio. You've got me by the balls, and I'm pretty sure the more I learn about this, the more deeper I'm going to be in this boss battler. But who thought I could have wanted two boss battlers on my shelves? Primal and Blood. Well, absolutely, what a bombshell there. Well, thank you much for watching. If you got this far, please give a like to the video. think about subscribing on the channel. Of course, I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. You take care, stay safe with all those vampires about. Keep the garlic with you and all that good stuff. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.